Hi, my name's Matthew Oliver. I'm the horticulturist here at RHS Garden Hyde Hall in the Global Growth Vegetable Garden. And today I'm going to show you how to be sowing onion seed on Boxing Day. So you might not think there'd be anything worth sowing at this time of year in the veg garden, but traditionally Boxing Day is a good time to be sowing onions, and more specifically giant onions for the show bench. So rather than sowing onions from sets, which is a much easier way to do it in the autumn or spring in the veg garden, in the middle of winter, you'd be starting them off from seed. And it's very easy, and there's a couple of advantages to doing onions from seed over growing them from sets. One of them is that the onions that you grow will be less prone to bolting to flower, and that's something that's caused when the sets are put under stress from environmental or weather conditions. And because we're sowing them under glass, much more controlled environment, there's a lot less chance of that happening. Now, if you wanted to grow a giant onion as a prize winner, there's a couple of varieties you need to track down. The main one that show growers will use is called Kelsey or Kelsey Improved. There's another one called the Mammoth Improved that you can get from Robinson's. But if you want to grow a real record-breaking onion, then the best thing to do is track down competition seed from someone who's already growing giant onions competitively. Now, when it comes to sowing them, all you want is a seed tray and a nice loose open compost. This is a peat-free mix that we use here at Hyde Hall. You want to make sure there's no lumpy, clumpy bits in it. Break it all up. If you wanted to, you could mix some perlite in with this to open it up further and improve the drainage. So all we need to do, fill the tray up, give it a little tap down to get any air pockets out of it. Don't want to compress it too much. And then onion seed is very small, fine black pellet of a seed. All onion seed looks the same. And because it's very small, it means we don't want to sow it too deep. So the way I like to do it is just take a pinch of seed in my fingers and then finely and evenly roll it out and distribute it over the surface of the compost so that each seed has got its own space to germinate in without them becoming congested and leggy, which is what we want to avoid, especially at this time of year when there's lower light levels and the plants will naturally be stretching up to find that light. So once they've been sown, then a good tip is to cover the seed with some vermiculite. This helps to bury the seed, but still allow good light and air penetration and movement to the seed. It covers it up, stops it being washing away, but still helps to cover it. And then a good tip is to get 2 old plant pots and use them as a shaker, and that way it's a lot easier to get a nice even distribution of vermiculite over the seeds. I just want to put enough on just to cover the compost. A couple of millimetres thick is about right. Then what we'll do, we'll stand that in a tray of water. We'll let it soak up water from below. You'll see the vermiculite change colour to a nice dark golden colour. And by watering from below, it saves us from watering from above and washing all the seed away to the edges of the pot. So once you've sown the seed, onions don't need that much heat in order to germinate well. But if you've got a heated propagator or a very warm windowsill, it will help encourage them. Ours will be living in our heated propagator here. It's got a heated mat at the base. We'll just put them in there, and then I'll set this to about 15 to 20 Celsius is all they need to germinate. The minute you see germination taking place, they'll come off the heat and just sit at a normal cold greenhouse, and they'll be absolutely fine to grow away. And once they've reached a stage where they're large enough to handle, then you just prick them out and pot them on into individual pots.